to see them. Then for me to help the Palestinians is a very important issue, especially the Christians of them, not because I do have something against the Muslim, but they are the majority. As a minority in Israel and Palestine, the Christians are suffering more than anyone else. If you are a Jew in your, let's say in Europe, in America, the same for the Jews at that time. There's a rumor that said that the Jews are the smartest people ever. I wish that it could be true. Although my daughter is one of them. I'm not. Because Israel is a majority of Jews. Then you don't have to do the thing. You are the majority. It's not part of a tour. But if you are not Muslim, you cannot go there anyhow. Then I took a picture of it. And what I'm gonna do with those pictures, don't worry, I know that it's too small. We will share it. But although your friend is sitting on the other side, don't make it zigzag. Let's make a round tour, and then I will get it back and I will know that everyone watched it. 2 days ago I lost 4 important pictures. Then now we have less pictures, but I do have a lot of imagination. That's not going to be a problem. Then let's share it, and again a round tour, not a zigzag, please. I said that we are not going to visit, but I want you to know that it exists, and you might do it by yourself or take another tour. Good. Then in that matter, the first temple was built by King Solomon, son of King David. Been destroyed. Remember, building, destroying, building, destroying. The second temple is the most well-known one because it was beautiful, and Jesus was there 3 times a year as well. And it's important for Jews and Christians. Let's build it, because the one who built it was King Herod. Did you visit Masada? Masada? If you're a Christian or a Jew, don't miss that place, though it's hot August. And you can share it with the Dead Sea. Then in that matter, King Herod liked to do two on the book. There are stories of Jerusalem and the oral books, the outside books. And let me say it again, because it's not so legal to do that. Can you hear me? Everyone can hear me, okay? Then in that case, although there's not even one word of Jerusalem in the Quran, there are so many oral books, and one of them is an amazing story. It was a night journey from Mecca, which is 1 o'clock, let's say 1 hour flight, to Al-Aqsa. Maybe you heard the word Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa is the far, far away mosque. And Muhammad went from that mosque to the foundation stone. We are going back to the same stone. And there he met all the prophets. He met us, me and our driver. He met Abraham, and he met even Jesus. Jesus is very important for the Muslims, but is not God, not Son of God, and is a human being and a prophet, but not the last one, because the last one is and will be Muhammad. Then he ascended into heaven. From there he met God himself and gave him the 5 prayers of a day. In that case, although it's only the 3rd important place for the Muslims in the world, it's still an important place. Then they built a memorial site, which is the Dome of the Rock on top of the stone, and next to it they built the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Then in that case, guys, that's a story. You know everything about Jerusalem. And now let's talk about the 3 places that we're going to visit in Jerusalem. And if everything will be okay and I won't lose you, we might even add 1 or 2 more. Then another rule, drink a lot. Remember, that's the first one. The second one, actually deleted Palestine for the map. Palestine became part of Jordan in that area, and Gaza Strip became part of Egypt. The Jordanian even changed the name of Palestine into the West Bank. Why the West Bank? Because Jordan is at the east bank of the Jordan River, and Palestine is at the west bank of the Jordan River. The Palestinians here didn't mind, because the same people of Jordan are the same people of Palestine. There's no such a thing that I can tell you that used to be Palestinian, just like there was nothing that I can say about Jordan as a national. They were here. The British gave a little bit for the Jordanian royal family, and here for the Palestinians. Then Palestine was never exist. 1967 they did it again, but this time we occupied Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Egypt. We never occupied Palestine. When we signed the agreement with the Jordanians, they said we are taking everything back. We don't want the West Bank, it's a horrible place. Now it's your problem. The same thing for the with the Egyptians. We gave them Sinai back, which is bigger than Israel, but they didn't want Gaza Strip. Then Gaza Strip and the West Bank became part of Israel. At the 90s, we started to bring back Palestine to the Palestinians. That's why you need a passport to go to Bethlehem. We gave so many, and we gave a list of big cities back, Jericho, for example, Ramallah, Jenin, most of Hebron, and then we gave back Gaza Strip. The minute we gave Gaza Strip, they started to shoot us. And they're doing it every day. Then we stopped the procedure, which, if you ask me, is not good too. I think that the West Bank is different than Gaza. Gaza, 2 million poor people that controlled by two terror organizations, ISIS and Hamas. The West Bank is different. The West Bank is mostly people of peace. In my side, there are crazy people. One of them is my mother. It's true. My mother believes that even Egypt is part of Israel. In their side, there are crazy people, but it's a minority on both sides. My mission, and I'm happy that I can see more and more people that visit in Palestine, that you will see that people are beautiful here and beautiful there. Now, I already talked with Palestine because I sent them a message that I will be there. And the problem with Palestine, which is actually a good idea, is that they will send us to one of the agencies. And I don't know which. It can be a Muslim agency or a Christian agency. And by law, we must go into a shop in Palestine. But I don't know if it's going to be a Christian shop or a Muslim shop. In the Muslim shop, they have a very good coffee, but you have nothing to buy there, unless you do have Muslim friends. In a Christian shop, you can buy everything, and this is for me the mission. But I don't know who's going to be, and they won't tell me that. It's a good idea, because they have, let's say, 20 agencies there, and every group that enter will get an agency, and in that case, everyone will have work. But I don't know which one. In Jerusalem, we will enter for 10 minutes for another shop, but as you know me, everything is a mission. It's going to be, listen carefully, Palestinian, Christian, minority, Arab shop. For me, shop is not only to buy, it's to understand what is important and what's not, and I will try to add some Jewish items because there are no Jews. Not because I want you to buy, because I want you to understand. You came from Jewish places. I'm not sure that you know what is a mezuzah, which is next to the right side of your door. Now you will know that now you know, when you know it, you will see that it exists. And Hamsa and other things, no one forces you to buy. But if you buy, at least to help the Palestinian Christians. And leave something for Palestine. If it's going to be a Muslim shop, then you do have lots of money for beer tonight. If it's going to be a Christian, help them, I'm begging you. One more thing, I don't know if it's going to be a tour guide, good, bad, woman, man, Christian, Muslim, I don't know. You gave me permission to talk about everything, true? Yes. He is more important than me. You got the message? You know what I'm talking about. Tip him. And prepare your camera, Salah. Camera to your right side, put it on now. Alright, you're organized? Okay, give me your camera. One of yours. We are driving here slow. Yeah, not supposed to drive. So we are stopping for 5 minutes to talk about the view of Jerusalem. But in about 3, 2, 1, and start to click. It's a beautiful day. No dust, which is good for my asthma. Can you see the Dome of the Rock? Remember we talked about it? Can you see the wall to the left of it? Put it on, but I cannot stop then. Alright, one there. We're gonna visit the other side, the western wall of the temple. Then let's stop here. And family, can you see that balcony to was there? And that instead of the Dome of the Rock, and it was between 2 to 3 times higher. Now go back to the Dome of the Rock, turn right, and in the city you can see a big white dome. Can you see that? This is the Jewish synagogue, and around it is the Jewish quarter. Go back to the Golden Dome, and then turn right until you will see a white tower with a white pyramid top. It's not important to our story, but to the right of it, you can see 2 gray domes, one small and one big. Can you see it? Yeah. This is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Between the Church of the Holy Sepulchre that we are going to visit, there's another one. Then you will recognize Mount of Olives with 3 towers. Mount of Olives today, it's a month of real estate. It's so rare to find olive trees here. Then we are turning now right, and we are going to the Kidron Valley, the divided Mount of Olives and Jerusalem. מה נוח לך? איפה אתה? אז זה כך נתחיל בשם. ואז כן, לא שערתי אותה, או שער השפוט או שער יפו. איפה שנוח לך, אני אתחיל השפוט. אם אתה רוצה שאני אתחיל שער יפו, או תתחיל שער השפוט. אם אתה לא רוצה שער השפוט, then, in that case, this is the valley of the Kidron Valley that begins here and ends at Jerusalem. Now prepare yourself, my friends. We're going to leave the car soon for around 2.5 hours. Then put some sunscreen on you. A hat can be a very good idea. Sunglasses, telephone, wallets. Don't leave anything important in the bus. And now we are climbing to the other side of the valley to see Mount of Olives from the other side. Look to the left, 7 o'clock, the meeting place at the university, and now we can see the tower. To the right of it, the Mormon University. Augusta Victoria, we've been there. And then to the right, some of you, not all of you, can see the Tower of the Ascension. If not, you will see it because the blue curtain is actually hiding it from you. Look to your right side, you can see a corner of 2 walls. A wall, there are 2 kinds of walls in the city. This is the wall of the city, 16th century, built by the Ottomans, Turkish of today. The wall of the eastern wall of the temple, remember we saw from the viewpoint, this is from the time of King Herod, and when Jesus visited it, it was already there. When Jesus visited the temple for the first time, Mary was happy. It's her firstborn son, and according to the Jewish tradition, because she had the firstborn son, she had to go to the temple to donate something for sacrifice. And poor people, the Bible mentioned, must donate only 2 doves. Rich people, money. And she was happy until Saint Simon, a Jewish priest in the temple, told her that her son will die in front of her eyes. It will be like a spear will enter to your heart, he said. And one of the stations of the Via Dolorosa inside the church of the Holy Sepulchre is Mary with a spear in her heart. Mary holding, you know what, there's a child here, of the body of her son. Then, we are now going back to the Kidron Valley. To your right side. To your right side, you will see one of the 8 gates. It's called the Lion Gate. And if you will take Following Jesus' Footsteps tour, you will visit Mount of Olives and you will enter to the city through here. Here it is, to your right side. And now if I'm 12 o'clock, at 11 o'clock, you can see the church with small domes on top of it. That is Garden of Gethsemane. That's where Jesus was betrayed by Judas. And in front of the church, to the left of it, you can see the most important olive trees in the world, because Jesus was there. Prepare your cameras, we cannot stop, and the best picture of it will be soon. Then put your camera on, please. Although, as I believe our driver is a prophet, then he will stop, and he's stopping, and he might get a ticket. Then take pictures. You can see the church and the garden to the left. Above it, Golden Onion Church. It's a Russian church, not connected to our story, but it's a beautiful church. Mary Magdalene Church. To the right of Mary Magdalene Church, a little bit up above, surrounded with a wall, you can see another chapel with a black dome, look like a teardrop, and that's where Jesus saw Jerusalem and wept. One day he said Jerusalem will be destroyed. To the right of it, you can see the second cemetery, Jewish cemetery. This is the most important one from the time of King David until now, and that's where they're gonna bury your notes, in that cemetery. Look at the valley, you might see the top of Monolite's tomb. It's like Petra, was carried from up to down. One of them is Absalom, the son of King David. You can see a little bit the top of it, to your left side down the valley. And now, look to your right side. This is the eastern wall of the temple. And at that corner, the devil tested Jesus. He told him, jump, if you believe in God, he will catch you. Right there. And look at the southern wall. You can see 3 block arches, part of the wall. That is the entrance to the temple. Jesus might enter to here 3 times a year. And when I'm going with the evangelists, they want to touch that gates. To the left and up, you can see the dome of Al-Aqsa. Muhammad reached Al-Aqsa and went to the foundation stone. And to your left side, you can see a ugly fence. Beneath that ugly fence is the city of David. King David built a city there to the left because of one reason: water. The only spring of Jerusalem is to your left side. It's a wonderful tour, and in the our brochures here, if you want to see more of Jerusalem and city of Mount Zion and city of David can be a very good tour. There's the planes on. Boom. Yeah, okay. Family, are you ready? We're starting a tour from the western wall. And can you see a balding stone at the western wall? Can you see it? A balding stone. There are 3 small windows to the right, bigger window beneath it, below it. There's kind of a stone that's balding up. That is one of the entrances to the Temple Mount from the time of King Herod, and it was kind of a bridge. Now let's continue now, and we will take another picture from there because there is another. I promise to take it to the four groups and the air-conditioned part, which you can go in to see and visit. Be on time, be my guest, and enjoy the spirit. And know about to go to the table, the first table will be fun. That's why I ask you to do that in the bus, not to waste time. Then, family, Spread away. Go and touch the wall.
We're
Put the
meeting you
notes
where?
up.
We're meeting you right there.
The toilet.
Right.
Remember? Yeah, down.
Could you take me a picture?
what are they doing here? Are they here to protect us? No. They are going to travel. They are laughing at me. They are going to study.
الو فريش ران جاب الوتر الو مدام فريش ران جاب الوتر الو.
For me, two pictures to take. One with Jet Street, mainly because it's the only street without tourists. Look at that, beautiful. Take a picture of that street just because it's beautiful, not because there's a reason. And the second picture will be of that.
يا عم احنا بنعملها بالكود بتاعتنا يا عم يا عم
نعمله باين.
خلدون خلدون يلا
ايش هذا؟ المهدي
Without drinking 2 glasses of water and refilling the glass. Let's go. The boat itself is here. Alright, instead of waiting outside the shop, it's better to wait next to the tomb. I agree with you. Yeah. What are we going to do? I'm going to take the rest. It's Jordan. זה צחי שקד ואיתן יצחק. אנחנו נכנסים לבית לחם. תודה, ביי ביי. And look at the monastery here, which is not so important for us. But if I'm 12 o'clock, look at 10 o'clock and you will see kind of a volcano mount. A mount with a flat top. Can you see it? It's not a volcano mount, it's a West Bank, including Bethlehem. It's part of Israel. Bethlehem. King David was born there as well. In Arabic it's Bethlehem, Hebrew Bethlehem. And the good thing is that the meaning of it in Hebrew, it's the house of the bread. The meaning of it in Arabic, it's the house of meat. That it's all about food. And that flesh became from the forgotten number, the first chapter. chapter, and from that word become a flesh. Then remember, eat my body, eat that bread, eat that wine, drink that wine. Then for me, there is a connection to everything here. The wall that you're going to see. At the 90s, a bus used to be bombed almost every day in Israel, and so many innocent people were killed. We tried to stop it in so many ways without success. And then we told them that we are going to build a wall. And we did it. Then we built walls. And I must tell you that the walls actually stopped 97% of the terror attacks. They told me how to sneak in and out. I can do that. But the wall is mentally thing. You cannot go now with cars out, and usually they used to bomb themselves with big cars. 70% of the people of Bethlehem are working in Jerusalem. They will check them just like they will check us. To go in and to go out, it's not a problem unless you did something bad to Israel. If your daughter bombed herself in the shopping mall in Israel, the family won't get permission to go in. Look to the left, can you see the fence? Most of the wall is actually a real fence, not the wall. But here you will see the fence and the wall itself. Look to your right side, prepare your cameras, put it on now, and you will see a totally different scenery. Valley full with olive trees. Look how beautiful it is. This is a Palestinian view. And if you ask me, that's what Jesus saw and King David saw. Terraces with olive trees. Beautiful, isn't it? And if at 12 o'clock, at 1 o'clock you can see the fence. Remember, most of the wall is a fence. But now we are inside a cage. The wall is to your right side, the wall is to your left side, and Palestinian areas is to your left side and to your right side. The first stage that we brought back to the Palestinians, that actually owns by the Palestinians, is called Zone A. Zone B was supposed to be the next stage, but it's been stopped because of Gaza Strip. Then we will enter to Zone A soon. Zone A belongs to the Palestinians. I'm a tourist like you there. I have no rights. They are respecting me mainly because I took more than 600 videos of Palestine, uploaded into YouTube together with my other 1,600 videos, and they're happy with it because I'm promoting Palestine. It's for me an amazing place to visit and quite a safe one. They are studying history through a lot of my videos, and from time to time they ask me to take some videos of special places or special events in Israel because they want to know more. Now, soon you will see the barrier, the border between Israel and Palestine. Please don't take pictures of it, but on the way back they might check out passports. That's British. You're British.
No, American.
American. Where from America?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Never been there?
North of Atlanta, North of Atlanta, Marietta, Kansas. Where are you from?
Trinidad.
Oh, but you've been to Atlanta.
Listen, you're not the only one.
Okay.
You're not the only one here from Trinidad. You have to look for it. You're not the only one. Then again, the tour guide, and now I can tell you that he is amazing. At the end of the tour, he is more important than me. Then Americans, you know what I'm talking about. The rest of the world, I'm not sure. Tip him. It's okay. It's a custom in Israel and Palestine. And if it's going to be a Christian shop, buy things that you don't need. Help them. Buy everything for the Christmas tree. Nativities. If it's going to be a Muslim shop, excellent coffee with cardigan. From right here, I mean, in that area, you might see white license plate and yellow taxis, because we already entered to the West Bank. That, until 1967, was Jordan. If I'm 12 o'clock at 12 o'clock, you can see a red billboard, and this road leads to area A under the Palestinian Authority. That part was supposed to be second stage, but now it's still owned by Israel. To your right side is the border itself, and cross your fingers that the cars are waiting for us there. If not, we will wait in the air-conditioned bus until they will come. We are now climbing Everest, and you can actually say that you've been in Mount Everest. To your right, you can see Bethlehem. Then in that kind, the tour is not of only Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Bethlehem, when they are not here, or maybe they are. No, that's It's not ours. We need bigger cars. All right. If that car is ours, then it's a Christian agency, but I'm not sure. Stay in the car. Let me go and ask him. Only place to stay is in Manjas, and Manjas were caves until now. The Bedouins are using it as that. The cave used to be owned by everyone. At the 19th century, the Greek Orthodox and the Catholic decided to divide that cave into two. Then the entrance was from the Catholic part, but the Greek Orthodox were a better marketing people, and they put a star there. Then everyone wants to see the star, but actually no one knows where he was born, in that side or the other side. I hope that one of those caves will be open to us. And again, if there will be a big line, it's not part of the tour, but you know that if I will be able, now you know it, I will push you in even if you don't want it. It's one cave, but they divided it, they put a wall in between. And then the Greek Orthodox opened another entrance from the other side. Now there are two options. The only problem with that church is that it's not like it's not a museum. They're using it as to pray. Then because it's owned by the Greek Orthodox, Catholic, and Armenian, then there are so many services there. Look how clean their streets are. son or daughter is working at Johnny. Is it true?
My son.
Your son?
Edward.
Edmund, your tour guide?
Yeah.
Edmund is amazing.
Thank you.
I don't know who told me that, and then I said when I see you, I would ask you for sure. He's amazing. I was with him only once, and he's clever. He's clever. Now I know where it came from. He's so nice. But I don't know why Edmund only once. Been with him only once, and I fell in love with the personality.
Chance to work.
Then I can ask. You know what I can ask? They will do whatever they want. I can ask. Taboo, to your right side, that's one of the best bar, according to the tour guides that I know. And to be here, to stay for one night, can be a very good idea. First of all, it's very cheap, cheaper than Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. Secondly, although there's not a lot of good nightlife, still it's beautiful to see the city at nightlife. And you can enjoy KFC here. You cannot enjoy it in Israel. KFC, it's Kentucky Fried Camels, according to their local joke. And I uploaded a video like that, Kentucky Fried Camels, and someone from the Palestinian Authority called me and said, please delete that video. It's not because it's not true, it's a private joke. They might sue you. They might delete it. And you will, on the way to the church, you will see Starbucks. But it's not the Starbucks, it's Star and Bucks. Same logo of Starbucks. The tourism is very important thing here. Working at Jerusalem, second thing, but look to your left side. Remember that by law, you must cover the houses with Jerusalem stones. Here you can see the stones and they will cut it. Here, then it's a very important factory that we're using it in here, Bethlehem, Palestine, and in Jerusalem. Usually, if we have 100% of tourists in Jerusalem, only 3–4% of them will continue to Palestine, which is beautiful. At the beginning, when I started those tours in that company, I used to go with only 1 or 2. Today, it's usually big buses. Lucky us today, it's not because it's a really slow season, then it's only 22. But usually it's 40–45 people, and it's good because look at the people here, they are amazing. They need you, and it's so safe and beautiful to visit Palestine. I want my mother to be here, because remember my mother is totally different than me, and I want her to see the people, to see how beautiful it can be. I believe in peace. There's no doubt that we can actually live together in 2 different countries, but that is me. Some other people think in a different way. In the Palestinian side, you might see a map of Israel and the flag of Palestine is all over. The same in Israel. The map of Israel and Palestine and the flag of Israel will be there. Those are the fanatics in both sides. One day, Katmobile, one day. Next time. Ah, look at that. So proud. Then this is the border between Bethlehem and Beit Jala. When we cross the traffic light, we will enter Bethlehem. And you can see that there are big cars here, and of course, he knows you. You know him?
Of
course.
It's Nissan.
Ah, Nissan from the shop?
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him.
Saliba.
Yeah, at Christ. The Nissan is one of the shops that we used to go, but we I think we'll go today to Johnny. I didn't know that he's got a Mercedes.
It's a Pullman.
Pullman. He's got only Mercedes. But poor man, but he actually is in front of you now. Not so legally,
But it's me.
but he's a good man. I look at the car, didn't look at the man.
He's a good guy. His family is Venezuelan.
Yeah. Most of the people are good guys.
Of course.
Well, welcome to Bethlehem. It's rush hour. I don't know. The children are still there studying or not? Children. No, they're on vacation or studying?
Vacation.
Vacation.
Till end this month. No, next
And
month.
until
Next month.
next month, until
Yeah.
until September 1st.
Yeah.
Just like in Israel. If you look to your left hand, you will see a graffiti that say boycott Israel. Remember, I'm not trying to. And it's there. No. The university is on top of it to your right side, and one of the best universities in the world, not only in Palestine, not only in Israel. And the Manja Road is the main street of Bethlehem, and we just entered it. The nice car that you saw is of that agency, but this time we are not going to Nissan. You send us to Johnny, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, not because you told me to take Martin from Johnny. And why is supposed to wait here? You see? Okay, then I'm not calling. Yeah. And my family, this is Martin. From right now, I'm a tour guide. I'm a tourist. How are you? I saw that you won another trophy.
Oh, yes.
It's we are getting used to it. Is there an empty space?
You can sit, sir.
No. You are the tour guide. I'm a tourist.
Oh, okay. No problem. Then he's a tourist now. Okay friends, so welcome to Bethlehem. My name is Martin. I will be your tour guide in the city of Bethlehem. Basically we're now in the city of Bethlehem, and according to the meaning and the way we spell it, in Hebrew it's Bethlehem. It means house, and Lechem is bread, so it's the house of bread. And here we remember the communion that we're presenting in our services. That means the body of Jesus. In my language we spell it in different way, as Bethlehem. Bet means house and Lahem is flesh. And here we remember a word will become a flesh and get among us, and that means the birth of Jesus, which is the body of Jesus, and again the birth of Jesus in the city of Bethlehem. The city of Bethlehem, it's a well-known city and it's very famous. The franchise, they make it for free. Save more money. So friends, we're about to stop our bus here, so please don't leave anything in this bus because it's a temporary one. Take everything with you. Okay? And let's be fast a little bit because maybe there's no place to stop the bus. So just get ready, not yet.
والله قاعد خطيرة عاد شوية ما طلعناك وناكل محل وهيك تعبانين كبيرة وشغلة زي أول مطاردة وحراسة هذه شوية حيزة هذا ناس شباب
Okay friends, here we go.
في تنفيذ هواء مش معروف، فحصنا اكثر من مره وعلى الفاضي. فهسه بيحكوا لي انه انا كنت نازل هواء، مش انا كنت نازل هواء وشيء بحكي لنا من التصوير. هسه بكره في عندنا زي القوام وفي عندنا انا يعني بكره رحت له
So friends, in the east of Bethlehem there's one more city I would like to show it to you. It's going to be on your right side after this block here, and that's the Shepherd's Field. Nowadays it used to be the Shepherd's Field, but nowadays it's the city of Beth Sahora. So if you look into your right side, there's the fields, and that's basically the Shepherd's Field, the place where the shepherds were living 2,000 years ago when the angel of Lord appeared for them, clarified about the king who was born in the city of Bethlehem. They got the star and they follow it until they reach the birthplace of Jesus. And that's according to our biblical story, which is mentioned in Luke chapter 2 in our Bible. One more time, it appears from here. And by the way, it's in the edge of the Judean desert, so it's like furthermore into the east is more dry, and then there is the Dead Sea.
How far from this road would those shepherds have been?
Like a couple of hours, not more.
A couple hours?
Yes. So friends, our next stop is going to be in a Christian community store in the city of Bethlehem. If you'd like to get something from the city of Bethlehem, it's pretty nice and supporting the local Christian community here in the city of Bethlehem. As we get inside the store, just give me a couple of minutes, I would like to explain it about the local industry. You will have welcome drink and then you'll be free. Thank you so much.
رنيت عليهم انت ولا كنت مسوي فاضي صار حاجه تسوي
Okay friends, we're stopping here, please follow me.
Two options. Actually, I think the best option is to go to Tel Aviv, and from Tel Aviv to take one of the trains to the airport. And what time do you need to be at the airport? Not the flight.
8.
8? Yeah. Then first stop in Tel Aviv, in the center of Tel Aviv, eat something good, celebrate with a nice beer, and then take the train. Because it's so boring at the airport. The duty free is so expensive, except of cigarettes. And the food is more expensive there, then it's better for you to eat dinner. Oh, yeah, wait, so Lasbo, look to the right, open, take your cameras out. Look to the right, can you see the, well, thank you, Toda. Can you see the peace bird? Can you see it? Take a picture of it. This is one of Banksy art. If you don't know Banksy, go to TripAdvisor, go to his site, go to his Facebook. Banksy is here it is.
Can we turn down the volume just a little bit?
It's too loud?
Yes.
Is it better now? Better? Okay. The exhibition front is in the... That's what left. You will sit your right side. And if you want to see my new building that I bought yesterday, Coseto. Beautiful, isn't it? This is a 5-star hotel. And we are leaving Bethlehem, heading to Bet Jala and to the car.
אחרי המזגן 31, והמזגן דלוק. פה בחוץ 44.
בית ג'אלה 37. מחר יהיה יותר טוב, אבל אוגוסט לא יהיה יותר טוב. כן, היה היום של הערב. לא עומד בתור, נכנס לשלום על פרוטו.
גם מחר אותו דבר. זה מחלישה אחרי 10 לחודש. זה מתחיל חזק. בדקנו, יש
Okay, BY14, excellent. Metropolitan, good. Sheraton Hotel, David Intercontinental, and Crown Plaza is fairly new. Leonardo Batiam, Publica Italia, 4 people. It's okay, I don't want to know that you're from there. Alright, you don't need your passport, you can go to sleep. I will wake you up when we'll be close to Tel Aviv.